Hi guys, Dave, Wellness and Health Promotion Manager at DCare, and today I'm going to share some top tips about COVID-19 and our mental health while we're working remotely. The first thing is, these are challenging times. We've never been through this, but we will get through it together. So it's okay to feel anxious. You know, it hasn't happened before. These are quite normal feelings to have. So my first top tip is to connect. We really need to look after our brothers or sisters or mums or dads or grandparents. You know, pick up the phone, whatever way we're feeling during the day. Make sure we're speaking to people, we're connecting, we have that human connection and we're reaching out. The second tip is get moving. So we're working remotely, we're at home. It's really important that we're getting out, whether it's a run, a short walk, a cycle, whatever your exercise choice is. Physical activity benefits every aspect of our mental health. So it's really important, whether it's once, twice a day, that we're getting out, we're getting that break from the house, and we're in that open space. It's not just good for our heads, it's good for our bodies, it's good, it's good for our minds. The third thing is, diet and nutrition, that we're actually eating right, that we're not overindulging in, kind of fat, processy foods that are high in salt, high in sugar. We're watching our alcohol intake, midweek, keep it towards the weekends. It does impact on our mental health and does lead to a lot of anxiety. My next tip is sleep and the whole idea of sleep hygiene. So about 45 minutes to an hour before bed, that we're not looking at the news, not looking at the media, we're not looking at our phones, we're endless scrolling, that we're kind of getting into a good kind of sleep hygiene habit. Maybe, whether you're washing your face, brushing your teeth, that this time is our wind down time from the day, that we're not on the phone answering emails or whatever it may be. The whole idea of sleep hygiene is that we have a really comfortable, good night's sleep, and particularly in the news and the media at the minute, facts minimize fear. Let's not overindulge in a lot of this kind of endless scrolling and clickbait. There's so many, stories about COVID-19, so many different things that are happening. We want to look at credible sources. So let's look at sources like the HSC, the Department of Health, and the World Health Organization. And let's not look at the kind of propaganda, because there is an awful lot of it out there. And again, it is causing us to become very anxious at this time. My next tip is to a little bit of mindfulness. Have that throughout the day, and we're working remotely and we're with our families, have that 10, 15, 20 minutes where, we go into a room, and mindfulness also means just taking notice. So whether that is on our walk, getting out with our physical activity, the sky, the trees, being more mindful of what's around us, having that time to turn off. For some people, it's a hobby, it's a skill, it's reading a book, it's taking a bath, whatever it may be, but we have that little bit of time where we're switching off, watching a film, watching Netflix, whatever it may be for you. It's really important that we have that time to kind of switch our heads off, particularly when home and work life are particularly mixed at the minute. My last thing to say to you is, to give, and kindness and compassion is really important at this time. And it's not about presents when I say that. It's really about, in our neighbourhood, there was to put a teddy bear in the window for kids when they went around, very like the fairy doors. It's that kind of act of compassion and kindness that we really need to show to our loved ones, our families and our communities at this time. We will get through this, and we will get through it together. So thank you very much for listening to me, and tune in next week where we'll have another webinar about COVID-19 in relation to health and well-being and your health. Thanks.